Alright, hello there, and welcome to another Starfield ship review. So this is a kind of a weird one, because today we're going to be looking at the Litany. Now, full disclosure, I was trying to hunt down the last of the Varun vessels for my review, which was the Litany. I was just going off of the in-game kind of the not the wiki. There's a website called Inara. It's a really cool site. Basically, I used to use it for Elite Dangerous back in the day. It used to list all the modules, and I actually found it not too long ago after trying to organize the ship in it. Yeah, I was trying to originally I was like, every time I saw a ship, I'd write it down and then try and find it later, and then I found an Inara not too long ago, and I've been using that. But anyway, in Inara, the last Varun ship I needed was this ship, the Varun Litany. Now, I spent about 2 hours jumping through Serpentinus system on my main character, couldn't get this ship to spawn. I thought it might be because the other Varun ships, they have a tier system, they go up to 4. I thought that because this didn't have a tier system, it would only spawn in lower levels. So I went back on my level 20, and I went in again, I looked. Now, it was spawning the tier 1 versions of other ships, but not this ship. So I don't think this ship actually exists in-game currently. But how did I get it, you may ask? Well, my friend Flippy, good friend of mine, he plays on PC. And I got him to look up the file, look up the console command, just to check that it was a legitimate ship. And it was in the game, he spawned it. And he basically broke it down, like each piece, and then he sent me pictures so I could rebuild it. So, yeah, it's a bit of a caveat. To my knowledge, it's not currently in the game. Now, I could have just had horrendous RNG, but the fact that it doesn't have a tier listing, it's just a single, makes me think that this ship wasn't implemented fully. But either way, at the end of the video, we will do a teardown, so you can build this ship, make it yourself. But yeah, anyway, let's get into it. So it's called the Varun Litany. It's quite an interesting looking ship. It makes use of a lot of different pieces. It's not like one single ship piece. Its main habitat and stuff is a mix of Hope Tech and a Nova Galactic. But yeah, very unusual ship. So stat-wise, it's got a fuel of 150, which is very, very poor. It's probably why I couldn't find the ship, because it's probably just stuck somewhere, can't jump. I would upgrade this fuel immediately if you do plan on building this ship. It's got a hull of 452, which for an A-class, that's kind of low. I mean, yeah, it's very unusual, very low. It's got a cargo capacity of 830, which is quite good. I think this is kind of an all-arounder ship. And then we've got an A-class reactor with 18 power, which that power is not going to be able to do very much for you. I'd probably upgrade that immediately. It's got a crew of 2. It's got a 15 light year jump range, which I believe is the lowest jump range in the game. It's got a shields of 3550 or 355, which again, very low. It's got 6 laser missiles, 49 missiles, and EM-72. So it's basically got a single laser and a single missile and 2 of those EM weapons. Now the stats, I haven't messed with the stats at all. This is how it came assembled. I admit, as I do with when I do the breakdown, I meticulously double-checked every single piece. So this is how it would if you spawned it on PC. But if you're on console, you're going to have to build it the hard way when I show you at the end. But yeah, so let's go check it out. I've obviously sold it to this vendor just so I can see the stats. So you can't buy it, and you can't find it, to my knowledge. So yeah, so this is it here. It's I know I say this occasionally, but it's a very unique looking ship. I don't know, it's very weird. And I don't mean that in a mean way to the ship, because, all ships have personalities. But yeah, it's just very unusual. It's cool looking, but yeah. So, we hop in. Ow, I just dislocated my leg. Nice. So if we hop in, we've got the Deimos entryway here. Really like the Deimos entryway. Nice and spacious. Just no windows, but then it is what it is. Then we have a ladder go up. I'm gonna... Wait, where's the... Yeah. We're gonna climb up this. Now, there's not a lot in this vessel, because it is Hope Tech. But I built it to exactly how it was. So, on this level here, we have a 1x1 storage room. And then we have, past here, we have a This is a Hope Tech living quarters, I believe,
You had a bigger book allowance.
which is really nice. Oh, that's a nice toilet. Can I close this door?
You know me so well, Dad.
Okay, we can. It was like, that'd be awkward trying to poop in. Someone could, like, really? This is the chair we went with? We couldn't, like, opt for a... Did you find that in, like, Facebook Marketplace? Better have been free. Goddamn. Yeah, Hope Tech, obviously, you know, clearly.
A brief history of time. If you find
They like to splash the cash. We'll check that in a second. We'll just come back here. And then if we go up here, we have another, just a 1x1 storage room. This is the Nova Galactic. And then we just the docking bridge. This one here is all Sun Nova Galactic, I believe. Like I said, we'll do a teardown. And then if we come back this way, we have the bridge, which is the Hope Tech bridge. I really like this bridge. Very cool. It makes me think of kind of a mix between a cockpit of a bumblebee from Halo, the drop pod or the escape pod, and a pelican from Halo. So you've got the pilot seat here, and then you've got a co-pilot to your left, and you have a navigator to your right, and there's the cargo hold. So we're going to take her up into space and see how she performs. It's only got two little small tiny engines, but yeah. Let's take it up. I'm not expecting much power management, but then everything is quite lower end. Oh yeah, okay, power management is going to be a problem. It's got more than enough lift. It's got like 5 landing gear. It's got 2 of the Novas on the front. At the back, it has another Nova wide landing gear, and then it has 2 Tayo landing gear. So, as always, I have a perk that increases my power by 5. So for the purpose of this video, we're going to be removing 5. So weapon-wise, we got a single laser weapon there. We've got a single missile launcher. And then we've got a pair of EM cannons, which is kind of unusual, but, you know. So, speed test. We have a base speed of 150, which is pretty decent. And then we have a boost speed of like 400. Okay, not even 380. This is quite slow. Okay, I'm not expecting much in the pitching. We'll do a quick agility test. We got a pitch. Yeah, that's slow. That, oh my, that's like a probably like a 4 or a 5, maybe like a 3. We're gonna do a yaw. That's not as slow. It's like maybe like a 5. And then the roll. Yeah, roll's very slow. Wait. I'm really confused because those landing gear are not engines, they're landing gear. But they work as boot. What? I've reviewed many ships, and I've never seen landing gear actually do that. That's kind of cool. I'll have to look more into it. Anyway, we're going to really quickly go down to the planet now and do a teardown and show you how you build it. Alright, so here we are in the teardown. So we've got 3 levels. So on the top level, we have only one habitat module, which is the Nova Galactic Companionway 1x1. And then we have a Connect Pro Docker connecting that. As for the weapons, they're all mounted on these wings here. Each side we have a pair of these EMP-80 suppressors, A-class, 960 range, 1.5 fire rate, 36 hull damage? Was that always that high? That's like higher than, what the hell is higher than the missiles? But the EMP damage of 24, which, yeah, I think that's the stat everyone wants. I'm sorry, I've never really used these, like, EMP weapons. I usually just use, like, my cannons to strip down the modules. But anyway, and then on the starboard side here, we have a Dragon 231 IR laser from Horizon Defense. A-class, 1200 range, 3.49 fire rate, 19 shield damage, and 3 power. And then on the opposite side here, we have an Atlatl 270A missile launcher, light sight A-class, 4800 range, 49.34 hull and shield damage, and 3 max power. So we have this single M10 Ulysses HE3 hydrogen tank giving us 50 jump fuel, which is abysmal. We have the 1244mm toroidal reactor A-class, 18 power. Now, just real quick, we can upgrade this reactor if you want to keep it the way it looks. The toroidal reactor is here, so we can upgrade that there to a 164, which jumps it up from 18 to 29, which is pretty decent. Now you can obviously swap it out for like one of these ones to get up to 33, which it won't really change the aesthetic. No, it will. I don't think you can mount it. Yeah, no, you can't mount it here because there's no grab. Oh, no, you could mount it. You could mount it if you wanted to. This back piece connects on to something else anyway. But yeah, that's just so you know. And then we have these pair of these White Dwarf 1000 engines from Relodyne, A-Class, max power 3, 4650 engine thrust, 2445 maneuvering thrust. And then we have this 100 cm ballast cargo hold from Sexton Shields, 210 cargo. So in the middle of the ship, we have the Armstrong 10 cockpit, 200 cargo, 2 crew station. We have the Hope Tech all-in-one 2x1 berth, which doesn't do anything. If I was you, I'd swap this out for maybe a crew compartment if you plan on loading up the crew, or a workshop if you plan on just workshopping, you know, you want to build. And then behind that we have a Nova Galactic 1x1 storeroom. So as for the landing gear on this side here, or this middle section, we have a pair of these NG-15 landing gear, starboard 4 and port 4. These are kind of tricky to get. You can only buy these on Titan, I believe. So if you're looking for these specifically, you got to go to Titan. We got another pair of helium tanks. These are 100G helium-3 tanks. They Ballistic Solutions Incorporated, and they 50 jump fuels. So I'd probably recommend upgrading them. If we go with the jump or the fuel. So we could slap on some of these that get 100 instead of 50, and we're not getting much extra mass, but you know. And then we have a pair of these Stormax 30 cargo hold, 210 each, which is pretty decent. It's pretty nice. And then we have this NG-170 grav drive from Nova Galactic. It's a very poor grav drive. A-Class requires 9 power, and it has a grav thrust of 14, which in the current configuration gives us 15 jump range. And then on the bottom, we have this 120 LD Deimos landing bay from Deimos. We have the NG-20 landing gear wide from Nova Galactic. And then we have a pair of these Pinpoint 3G landing gear from Tayo. Now, what's interesting about these is they're functioning engines. And you've seen them in the video. They actually, like, pulsed, like, they match the kind of the speed and, like, the pattern of these actual engines. But they don't give thrust. See, this is why I think Bethesda need to kind of rework some of these landing gear engines. They should be like a third section that gives a little bit of, like, maybe not even maneuvering thrust, because, you know, just like some extra thrust. But anyway, that was the ship itself. Let me know what you guys think. I wouldn't normally do stuff like this because, like I said, it's not something you can earn in game. But at the same time, with how I do my videos, I can just kind of, like, find it on, like, get, like, my friend to basically find them, see if it is a legit ship, and then I can build it. And I can just, yeah, show you guys how to build it too. So yeah, let me know what you guys think of this ship. Will you be building it to try it out? Are you just going to stay away from it? Because it is a bit of an eyesore. You can tell that if it is in the game somewhere, it's probably not very easy. It's probably not very hard to take down. But yeah, as always, I just want to, once again, shout out to my boy Flippy for helping me out here. I will either leave a link to his YouTube in the description if I can remember. He makes Starfield chip builds. Give him some love. If I don't put his link, I'll probably just get him to comment and I will pin it. That sounds easier because I'm definitely not lazy. But yeah, as always, guys, if you like this sort of content and you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe and check out some of my other reviews. And as always, thanks for watching.